Hello, and welcome to 60 Minutes. I'm your host, Ron Burgundy. Tonight's topic, the XYZ Affair of 1797. In 1778, the United States had entered into an alliance with France. But after an outbreak of the French Revolutionary War, the U.S. was unable and unwilling to lend aid. The anti-French Federalists had gained an upper hand in the United States Congress, and there was considerable animosity towards the French, particularly after the Genet Affair, which occurred between France and England. Genet wanted help from America, but Washington wanted to remain neutral and not get involved in the wars. Genet continued to demand, but his pleas resulted in strong anger towards the French. Jay's treaty with England, which particularly violated the agreements with France, also aroused French anger. Mr. Genet, please tell us what you requested from Washington.
Bon, j'ai demandé au président Washington s'il voudrait donner les Français des armes, mais il a dit je voudrais plutôt susciter les Anglais que donner des armes aux Français. Et moi, j'étais vraiment énervé, donc il a dit qu'il voudrait rester dans le milieu de toute cette affaire, mais je ne voulais pas, donc j'ai demandé à Washington si il voudrait sucer ma bite, mais il ne voulait pas, donc j'ai essayé de violer le.
And what did you respond to the president's statement that caused such upheaval in America?
J'ai demandé au président s'il voulait prendre une grosse merde, mais il ne voulait pas, donc il n'a pas donné le support aux France.
As we continue, numerous American ships were seized by French privateers, and the countries drifted into a mutually hostile attitude. President Washington sent Charles Pinckney as a minister to France, but the French government refused to receive him. Shortly afterward, John Adams, the new president of the United States, sent a delegation on a peace mission to France. This three-man commission was immediately confronted by the refusal of the French foreign minister, Minister Talleyrand. Indirectly, suggestions of loans and bribes to France were made by the commissioners through Villette, a friend of Talleyrand.
Fellas, now, do we have a deal in mind?
I believe we do. I do request, however, that you help us in a financial sense.
We were thinking about a £250,000 gift to Mr. Talleyrand and a £10 million loan to the French.
This is preposterous. How can you expect America to comply to this demand?
Well, those are our demands.
Well, I guess this won't be needed anymore. I knew we could never trust you, scummy American.
Please take a seat. Welcome to the show, Mr. Adams.
Thank you. The pleasure's all mine. You gentlemen do a fine job here.
You're too kind, but we must get down to business. How did you react to the French demanding £1 million in compensation for the treaty proceedings to continue?
I was not pleased, to say the least. I mean, I'm not sure what those French diplomats expected from those exchange of words we had, but I must tell you that there's no way, as long as our God is great, that we will pay a cent for any tributes to any other nation. As my diplomats so frankly said in response, not a sixpence. And this, of course, has escalated perfectly into the slogan we so well know now.
And that would be?
Why, millions for defense and not a cent for tribute, of course. It's quite the powerful statement when one thinks about it. We, as a strong, powerful, independent nation, are not afraid to raise money in order to defend our nation, our citizens, our rights, and our beliefs from foreign nations. We are also a proud nation, one who doesn't beg or grovel for treaties and international agreements to be solidified. We are a young nation, true, but one who does not pay for handouts from other countries. And any body of government who believes that they will receive any amount of tribute from those United States are sorely mistaken. I think Mr. John Jay sums it up best when he says, and I quote, "In my opinion, it would be both just and proper to declare the treaty with France to be void. But I think it would be more advisable to direct reprisals than to declare war at present, for the public mind does not appear to me to be quite prepared for it. I, as President of these United States, cannot allow other countries to publicly humiliate our citizens, our nation, our freedom, our rights, the things we as citizens fought so fervently in order to achieve only 20 short years ago. I do not want to be the person in command, chosen by the people, who allowed other countries to debase our status amongst the other bodies of government of the world."
Negotiations were carried out through the help of Jean Conrad Hartinger, Lucien Houtenval, who were both Swiss, and Mr. Bellamy, an American banker in Hamburg. These three were designated X, Y, and Z in the missions dispatched to the United States. The proposal was that the Americans pay Talleyrand about $250,000 before the French government would even deal with them. This created an uproar which was released into the United States, where the pro-British party welcomed the chance to worsen Franco-American relations. President Adams wished to avoid a declaration of war. Mr. X, please explain to us who from America you have talked to.
My counterparts and I have spoken to an American delegation consisting of Mr. Marshall, Mr. Jerry, and Mr. Pickney.
Mr. Y, what were the details of your discussion with the American delegation? We had requested a gift of $250,000 to Talleyrand, the French foreign minister, and a loan of $10 million to France. Mr. Z, now would you please describe to me what the reaction of the American delegates was regarding this request?
Plain and simple, they declined, which I don't understand, given the fact that it was a very legitimate request from France. We thought that they would be willing to support and help our cause, seeing as that we had helped them out so many times before. But those Americans are so very hot-headed, and were very, very upset.
How did you Americans feel about the French's demands?
All right. Now, I'm a New England merchant, and at the end of the day, this bickering between the United States and France is really hindering our business as a whole. I, as a merchant, travel from France to the United States often, selling imports and exports. And this bickering has declined both imports and exports between the countries, hurting my business and the business in the Northeast.
I'm just appalled. The government needs to intervene more and get this issue resolved right away.
If them Frenchies take all that money, how am I supposed to pay for my land?
Hello, my name's Andy Rudy, and this altercation between the French and the Americans was sillier than trying to sell ice to an Eskimo. How in the right mind could those French just demand money? I think it all started just because of that Genet fellow's actions that caused the Genet Affair. He brought an anger and feelings of animosity and disdain out of the American citizens for disrespecting their chosen leader, by far the most admired man in all nations. And when these same proud people, once again, were disrespected by means of request of tribute in order for a treaty to be passed, the young nation was not about to back down from one of the great powers of the world. It is the XYZ affair that led to the quasi-war with the French and continued the feelings of animosity for years following the war.
Adams and the Federalists prepared the country for war during the spring of 1798. Congress authorized tripling the size of the army, and Washington came out of retirement to command the force. The quasi-war began, which was an undeclared naval war from 1797 to 1800 between the United States and France. Fears of French invasion declined after word of British naval victories over the French in August of 1798. At Aberkan Bay in Egypt, but the quasi-war between France and the United States continued. The French Navy was reduced, and the American and Royal Navies were combined. In 1799, Adams, to the intense disgust of the Federalist leader, Alexander Hamilton, named William Vansmere the U.S. Minister to France, and assigned Oliver Ellsworth and William Richard Davy to accompany him. The result was the signing of the Treaty of Monterfontaine in September of 1800. This was also known as the Convention of 1800, a commercial agreement that improved relations between the two nations. The XYZ Affair contributed to American patriotism. A reply from Pinckney was supposed to have been made regarding the French request for money. "Millions for defense, sir, but not a single cent for tribute." This reply was certainly not made, but a better case can be made for the alternative version. No, not a sixpence. I'm Ron Burgundy, and thank you for watching 60 Minutes.